Okay, so we had minor cutting off there for the camera. What we were saying is that if you have that one of your limits is plus or minus infinity, so one of your one-sided limits is plus or minus infinity, doesn't matter, then whatever this value here that x is approaching gives you a vertical asymptote. So in both of our examples, we had that the one of the sided limits, it doesn't matter which one, but one of them was going towards infinity, or one of them is going towards negative infinity. So there's a vertical asymptote at x equals this number. So in both of our examples, there is a vertical asymptote at x equals 0. So when we were doing asymptotes before, we would say they're always of the form x equals something. And the question was, how do you find them? Well, this is the technical way to find them. If one of your sided limits is equal to a plus or minus infinity, that gives you a vertical asymptote. So anytime you have a graph where one of the limits is infinity or negative infinity, whatever that x value is, gives you a vertical asymptote. So this is the technical way to do that. Now, along with all these infinite limits, there's a couple special cases that we can look at. So really, I'm only going to look at one of them, and then we'll come back to the rest of them. But what happens whenever I have a constant function? So if f of x is just equal to a number, what is the limit as x approaches, let's say, k? So any number k. So if I go to a constant function, here I've plotted x equals 3, but any constant function, what's going to happen as I approach, let's say, negative 4? So as I approach negative 4, the right-handed limit goes to 3, the left-handed limit also stays at 3. So the limit is 3. What about over here at 6? What's my right-handed limit? 3. What's my left-handed limit? Also 3. So the limit as x approaches 6 is 3. You can see it doesn't matter which x value I choose, the limit's always going to be 3 because the y values are always 3. So to answer this question, if f of x is a constant function, what is the limit as x approaches k? It's always c. So whenever you have a constant function, and you want to know what is the limit as x approaches anything, it's just that constant function. Because remember, the limit is talking about y values. If the y values never change, that has to be the limit. So if you have a constant function, it's always just going to be whatever that constant is.